Welcome back to the Baldwin City Blues ballpark, where the Farmers will be taking on your
Welcome
very
to
own
the
Baldwin
Baldwin
City
City
Blues.
Ballpark here on the Sunflower
Your
Sports
starting
Network
lineup for the
for a
Farmers,
Saturday
we have
evening
leading
game
off
between
number
the
3,
Farmers
Massimiliano
and
Hernandez.
the home Baldwin City
In
Blues.
the 2-hole, Wanzel
I am Joe Compton
Ogando.
on the call.
In the 3-hole, Isaac Nunez.
We're going to start
In the 4-hole,
by
Virgilio
announcing
Santana.
the starting
In the 5-hole,
lineups.
Lazaro Rodriguez.
First for the Blues,
In the 6-hole,
batting
Jeffrey
first,
Vargas.
Christian Kotwitz,
In the 7th
playing
hole,
second
Guerrero
base.
Lenora.
After
In
him
the 8th
is
hole,
left fielder Brendan
Ethan
Johnson,
Watley.
batting
In
third,
the 9th hole,
the
Kennedy
catcher Andrew
Rodriguez,
Brubeck.
and pitching for the
Fourth, the
Farmers is
shortstop
Samuel
Kuiper
Herrera.
Kendall. First base, batting fifth is Kendall Rivero.
And joining us today at the Baldwin City Blues
Batting
ballpark
sixth,
is the
designated
Baldwin
hitter
City
Harrison
Bulldogs
Jewell.
11U
Seventh,
team.
the center
They
fielder
are
Maverick
the winners
Rockers.
of the 2022
Eighth,
Fall League in Baldwin
the
City. And
right
once
fielder
again,
Zeke Reason.
the
And
Summer
bringing
Swing,
up the
coached
order,
by Grayson
batting ninth,
Spurgeon.
the third baseman Grant
We have a
Simblick.
couple players out here that are
The
going to be joining our Baldwin
pitching
City
for the
Blues
Blues tonight is
on
Jake
the field for our
Miller.
national anthem.
Now the Farmers starting lineup, batting first, the third baseman Massimiliano Hernandez. Following him is the designated hitter Hans Lagondo. Batting third, the right fielder Isaac Nunez. In cleanup for the Farmers, the left fielder Bergolito Santana. In fifth, batting fifth, the second baseman Lazaro Rodriguez. Following him, batting sixth, the first baseman Jeffrey Vargas.
In the 3-hole,
in seventh, the catcher Yael Mayora. And in eighth, the center fielder Ethan Watley. Batting at ninth and finishing off the batting lineup for the Farmers is the shortstop Kevin Rodriguez. Pitching for the Farmers is Samuel Herrera. Now we're going to step aside for just a second as we wait for the game to start.
In the 8-hole, number 16, Zeke
But
Reason.
So here comes our break, and we will be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go away.
Our third baseman.
Back here on the Sunflower Sports Network, we're done with our break as both teams ready to play ball on today. Both teams so far are maybe not having the season they would quite like. The Blues come into this at 6-8 or 6-7 in Mid-Plains League play, which puts them in fourth place in the league. The Farmers are in last at 2-12. They did get a couple wins this week. One over the Midwest A's on Monday night, and then last night they completed a game against their sister team, the Bravos, which originally was played, I believe, last Thursday night and went to 13 innings when it was stopped. But Jake Miller starting off for the Blues. This is his first start on the season. He's seen some work in relief, and folks, he's got quite the well, it's not a walk-up song if it's a pitcher, but he's got quite the song. It would be Poker Face by Lady Gaga, but not Lady Gaga. It's Eric Hartman from South Park. And in addition, folks, it's a hot one right now. It's currently 91 here in Baldwin City. As Massimiliano Hernandez steps in for his first at bat. And folks, we've also taken precautions when it comes to our hotspot, both that it is charged and won't be overheated. As Massimiliano Hernandez's first pitch is taken deep into right field, foul. I have to think that would have been gone. So, but 0-1 the count instead for the first batter that Jake Miller has faced. That pitch is in play. Fielded by Kotwitz and thrown way to the right of first baseman Kendall Rivero. So Massimiliano Hernandez is on board, courtesy of a fielding error. Excuse me, not a fielding error, a throwing error. But the leadoff man for the Farmers is on first. So if you are a Farmers fan, you have to be happy about that, as Jake Miller's first pitch there in for called strike one. So he said Miller, thus far this season, that pitch low for ball one, has not seen much action as far as pitching. This is his third appearance this year as Massimiliano Hernandez attempts to steal, and he's out by a mile, as that was ball two, so the count is 2-1, but now one away. Good job by Andrew Brubeck to retire Hernandez. Agando's pitch hits straight to Kendall Rivero at first, and all Rivero has to do is tag the bag.
Now batting right fielder number 9.
There are two away. That was Hans Lagando that was just retired. I forgot to introduce him, but Isaac Nunez batting third for the Farmers. Two away so far. And Nunez watches that first one go low for ball one. Around the league tonight, we have a couple other games. So that one is outside for ball two. Our other games tonight, as swing and a miss, 2-1 on the count. Midwest A's host the Junction City Brigade. The Brigade got the better of them last night. And the Warhawks, red hot this season on a 9-game winning streak, is that one low for ball three. The Warhawks host the equally as hot, and swing and a miss there, foul tip actually, but strike two either way, so the count has gone full. 3-2 with 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Put in play to Kuiper Kendall. Kuiper Kendall gathers. Throw is in time. So no runs off, no hits, one error. A backdoor 1-2-3. And we move to the bottom of the first inning. But before that, I'd like to talk to you guys about the Wooden Spoke Restaurant. Proud 2023 sponsor for the Baldwin City Blues. Enjoy outstanding homestyle meals cooked to perfection. Located off Scenic Highway 56, Wooden Spoke Restaurant, where only the best will do. We are now going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be the bottom of the first inning. This is Sunflower Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We're back with the bottom of the first inning. Christian Kotwitz leading off for the Blues. If you're just joining us, welcome in to a hot one here in Baldwin City as Kotwitz fouls that first one off for strike one. Hello to Jody Simblick. Now seeing your comment. Coming in from Wilson, North Dakota. As that first pitch high for ball one. Samuel Herrera, the pitcher for the Farmers today, doesn't have a whole lot of velocity. Is that one high for ball one? Excuse me, ball two. So the count is 2-1. That's three straight high pitches. So we move to 3-1. Forgot to finish our update for around the league. The Warhawks hosting the Monarchs tonight. Warhawks second in the standings, and that's four balls in a row, so a 5-pitch walk.
Now batting number 47, Brennan Johnson.
Brennan Johnson. Up now for the Blues. Johnson, he's played in a lot of games this year. Is that one catches the outside part of the zone for strike one. One of the better hitters for the Blues, currently batting .346. It's even better as that one's inside for ball one is his on-base percentage of .541. And part of the reason for that is his team-leading 10 walks. As he throw back to first, try to catch Kotwitz, not in time. So we go back to normal. Next pitch, Johnson swings at that, and it's into left center field. Not handled by Ethan Watley in center, and Kotwitz is into home, and Brendan Johnson stand-up triple. So the Blues are on the board early.
Number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
Watley did a decent job of trying to get to that. It was no routine fly ball, so no error for him. But Brendan Johnson hits another triple, and that is the third triple for the Blues this season. As that first pitch to Brubeck, inside for ball one. That would be Andrew Brubeck. Brubeck pops this one up in the air. Giving chase is Isaac Nunez in right field, and he grabs it. So one away.
Now batting number 18, Piper Kendall.
For Kuiper Kendall up to the plate. Kendall, one of the two other triple getters besides Brendan Johnson. And while nobody, to my knowledge, has even hit for the cycle in the Mid-Plains League this year, Kuiper Kendall has hit for, as he hits that one to short, Rodriguez in time, and Johnson stays at third.
Now batting first baseman number 12, Kendall Rivero.
So Kendall Rivero making his sixth appearance this year. Did not play many games to start the season, and then only played the swing and a miss for strike one. He played in the season opener in St. Joe, and then did not play for a while, but I believe he's played the last 5 games, or the last 4 games. That pitch is way high for ball one. So 2 outs. As that one low in the dirt. Good job by Mayora to block it. So 2-1 the count. Any ball put in play might bring Brendan Johnson home, so long as Rivero can reach first safely. But before that, low pitch for ball 3. That pitch is high, just missing Rivero's head, and another 5-pitch walk.
Puts DH number 9, Harrison Jewell.
Puts runners at the corners for Harrison Jewell, designated hitter. Jewell's done a decent job this year, batting .368. One time had a batting average of .500, but in a bit of a slump as he skies that one out of play. So 0-1 the count. Jewell was at one time batting .500. He's 0 for 5 in his last 5 at-bats, though. Boasting an on-base percentage of .520. That one is low in the dirt. Mayora cannot get to it, and Johnson is home safe. 2-0 the score now. And
if any foul balls get outside the
2-1 the count.
You will get a nice looking piece of candy.
So Rivero into second. The count, as I said, 2-1. Blues have gotten into an early lead. They've done this a few times as Jewell fouls that one off to even up the count at 2-2. In their last appearance, they scored all 6 of their runs. Excuse me, they're not their last appearance. The first time these two teams met, the Blues put up all 6 runs in the first inning to win that contest. That one is, I believe, low for ball 3. I believe the count has gone full. And swing and a miss there. That tires the side, but not before 2 runs coming by way of a Brennan Johnson triple. No errors, 1 left on base. We move to the top of the second inning. Blues hold a 2-0 lead. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Bertolito Santana leading off the top of the second inning for the Farmers. Jake Miller's first pitch, low for ball 1. Bertolito Santana hits that straight to Kuiper Kendall. Kendall not able to corral it, though. So Santana on with a leadoff single. That one just kind of scooted just under Kendall's glove. I mean, it was very, very well hit. Jake Miller's first pitch to Lazaro Rodriguez in there for called strike 1. Next pitch just outside. Ball 1. Folks, I'd like to tell you all about a minor miracle that happened today. As that pitch hit into left field, Brennan Johnson under it and makes the catch. So 1 out.
Now batting number 27.
Here in the top of the second inning for Jeffrey Vargas. And the miracle I was talking about, the Kansas City Royals have taken a 2-1 series lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. They won at 9-4 today. Not only that, the Royals won a game where Jordan Lyles pitched. They were previously 0-15 when Lyles pitched, but not only did he, Vargas hit a ball into left center field. Vargas into third, another triple today, and Santana scores. So within all that,
now batting catcher number 26, Yorel Mayora.
The Farmers have cut the lead. It is now 2-1, courtesy of a Jeffrey Vargas triple. So not only the second triple we've seen today, second triple is that one from Mayora, hit into left field. Brennan Johnson under it again, makes the play. His throw to home, quite awry though. So Jeffrey Vargas comes home, and this game is tied at 2.
Now batting center fielder number 6, Ethan Watley.
Courtesy of a sac fly by Uriel Mayora. So that pitch from Miller, low for ball 1. Pitch low, ball 2. Another one low again. Ball 3. 3-0 pitch. Low and outside. 4-4 pitch walk.
Now batting shortstop number 14, Kevin Rodriguez.
Pretty quick at bat and uneventful at that. Kevin Rodriguez finishing off the lineup for the Farmers before he has to do some uniform maintenance here. I think maybe buttoning them up, as the Farmers are one of the, I believe, 3 teams in the league that wears button-up uniforms. So that pitch is high for ball 1. This pitch from Rodriguez is hit up in the air. A few people giving chase, but Kuiper Kendall the one under it, and he drops it. So a 2-out E6.
Now batting third baseman number 3, Massimiliano Hernandez.
And in that, Watley moving to third base. And folks, right as soon as I thought the Farmers were out of it, they pull me back in with runners at the corners with 2 outs. Try and get you the third base view as the top of the lineup is Massimiliano Hernandez. 0 for 1 today, but reached via an error and a stolen base. Allows Ethan Watley to score. The decoy play there working well for the Farmers as they take the lead. I believe that was ball 1 as well. So in that, Rodriguez stole second. Brubeck threw down as Hernandez hits one into right field and right center field. And that one is not corralled. So another triple for the Farmers. And could have been an inside the park home run.
Now batting designated hitter Hanzel Orgando.
For the Farmers, excuse me. So 4-2, the score is that pitch from Miller outside for ball 1. So really ended up as a disaster error there earlier. There's that pitch in there for called strike 1. Gondo takes this to Kotwitz. That one over to Rivero, and the inning's over, but not before. 4 runs for the Farmers here in the top of the second, off 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on third base. We move to the bottom of the second inning, excuse me. The second inning, I know the scoreboard said the first. But we're going to talk about Whitney's Hair Salon and stylist Emily Wright. If you're looking for that next amazing cut or style, visit Emily Wright. She will have you looking your best. Whitney's Hair Salon located in downtown Baldwin City. And with that, we are going to take a quick break and be back in just a minute. We come to you at the bottom of the second inning.
Number 5, Maverick Rockers.
Leading off for the Blues, Maverick Rockers. Kind of a disaster inning for the Blues so far. As Maverick Rockers takes the first pitch for called strike 1. 4 runs coming. Blues, Maverick Rockers hits that to Rodriguez at short. The throw in time. So 1 away.
Now batting right fielder number 16, Zeke Reason.
Zeke Reason now batting for the Blues. They will go through their order, or at least finish the bottom of the order in this inning. Up next is Grant Simblick. Reason takes first pitch from Herrera, low for ball 1. As Reason takes that one for called strike 1, so evens the count up at 1-1. Reason batting 158, but has an on-base percentage as he fouls that one off behind us. Reason does have an on-base percentage of .429.
Erased all the names, so. And then I named
Has that courtesy of 9 walks. That's not even a walk. Just missed him. This pitch went behind him, but it evens the count up at 2-2. And well, neither team is going to win the Joe Compton Hustle Award. Nobody has even bothered to get it, and it's just, well, you can see it as that pitch just outside for ball 3. You can see it low to our screen, and there's Harrison Jewell to save the day. Only a pitch later, but the count is full. Payoff pitch, high for ball 4. And Zeke Reason is aboard with a walk with 1 out for Grant Simblick.
Number 7, Christian Collins.
Grant Simblick finishing off the lineup for the Blues. As he takes the first pitch low for ball 1. Herrera throws over to try and catch Zeke Reason. but cannot find him. Samblick played in 11 games this season. Only batting 111 as he fouls that one off behind us. Let's make the count 1-1.
It's one time we do walk-up songs. My phone doesn't load for the. Which happens that way. Yeah.
Samblick, another foul. Count is 1-2. With one out. Rivera throws back to first again. Still can't find Zeke Reason. College World Series Championship Series starts tonight. LSU currently leads Florida 2-1 in the bottom of the fourth. And, well, Herrera's being quite persistent. That's the third time he's thrown over in this at-bat to try and catch Reason. And, well, he's failed every time. But then again, baseball is a game where you can get out 7 out of 10 times as Grant Simblick hits one out of play into the bleachers to the left of us. And the at-bat continues. It's a hot one today, so not many people out. I announced it as 89 when we started the broadcast. Excuse me, I announced it as 91 when we started the broadcast. It is now 89. So cooler for sure as that pitch from Herrera. Low 4-2. 2-2 the count there. And that pitch there swung on and fouled. Apparently, I thought that one was a swing and a miss, but foul ball is the call. So the at-bat continues. Simlick's ball hit into left field, and that ball is gone. A 2-run shot from Grant Simblick ties the game up at 4 apiece.
After that 2-run shot from Grant Simblick, now batting.
That was Grant Simblick's first extra base hit, and what a way to do it with a 2-run home run. 4 RBIs, 3 and 4 for Simblick on the season. And we return to the top of the order with Christian Kotwitz. The pitch high for ball 1.
Wherever that dad is. That's his dad got it. Oh, really? Yeah, that's his dad.
The pitch fouled off for strike 1.
I'll go out there and ask you. Okay, we're going to do the Connor Taylor Alumni Night. Connor Taylor Night and Alumni.
The pitch low. Kotwitz is saying it hit him, and the home plate umpire agrees.
Now batting left fielder number 47, Brennan Johnson.
So the hit by pitch brings Christian Kotwitz to first. As a lot happening. Brennan Johnson hits that one up in the air. A lot of people giving chase. Jeffrey Vargas at first base, the one to catch it. So a
now batting catcher number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
one pitch.
So
makes 2 outs.
Saturday versus the Warhawks, we're going to do the Connor Taylor
Connor Taylor.
Award and
So it's
alumni night.
it's the 7-8.
Andrew Brubeck up for another attempt. He fouls that first pitch off. Brubeck 0 for 1 today. It's a shallow pop out to the right fielder, Isaac Nunez. Brubeck comes in today batting .292 with 7 hits, a double, and a home run on the season. That pitch is low for ball 1. And folks, I just checked our hotspot again. The temperature of it, nice and cool. We got a fan to blow on it as Herrera throws over again and does not catch Christian Kotwitz. So shouldn't have any trouble with our hotspot tonight. As Brubeck ropes one into left field. And he's on with a 2-out single. So 2 on for Kuiper Kendall with 2 outs. Kendall leading the Blues in batting average with more than 5 at-bats. Currently batting .423 and is one of the 2 Blues players to complete the season cycle. That would be hitting for the cycle just across the season. He has double, a triple, and a home run, and about 8 singles. That one is in there for called strike 1. Evens up the count at 1-1. He is quite the player, much like his dad, Jason Kendall, as he takes inside for ball 2. So 2-1 the count. Out pitch outside for ball 3. Makes count 3-1 here with 2 outs. There's next pitch hit to shallow left field. Christian Kotwitz running home, and he's in there safely. So an RBI single from Kuiper Kendall gives the Blues the lead once again. And Kotwitz looked pretty pumped up about that one, and can't say I blame him. It was just a lower play there. Excuse me. A lower fly ball. I don't even know if I'd consider it a fly ball, but it's certainly not a line drive. Almost a bloop to left field. It's that first pitch to Kendall Rivero, high for ball 1. Rivero walked in his first at bat and was stranded at second as Rivero hits that one to left field. Kiss it goodbye. That's 2 in the inning. Rivero with his first home run on the season. And the Blues, I can't say they've broken it open just yet, but they plate 3 more. Courtesy of a Kendall Rivero 3-run home run.
Designated hitter number 9, Harrison Jewell.
And manager Edovi Garcia out to talk to Samuel Herrera for a minute, and it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. I don't have the number right now, but when we do, we will let you know. Fortunately, the Farmers don't have numbers. Number 13, which is one second, and we will tell you who that is, but we're going to take a break real quick and be back in a second. Pitching for the Farmers now is Moises Noguera. It's been quite the inning, folks. In the top half, the Farmers scored 4 runs to take the lead back from the Blues. And in the bottom half, the Blues have scored 6 runs, 5 of them off home runs. The team coming into today with just 4 home runs, hits 2 more as Harrison Jewell now batting with up to bat with 2 outs. And we'd like to take a quick second to tell you about the other games in the league. That one is high for ball 1. The Topeka Warhawks are scoreless with the Kansas City Monarchs. That one is in the top of the 3rd, 2 outs at Hummer Sports Park in Topeka. And I have not seen a game changer stream as second one up near Harrison Jewell's head makes the count 2-0, but I have not seen a game changer stream for the A's versus the Brigade, but when we do, we will do our best to keep you updated. As that pitch outside for ball 3. If you would like to watch the Warhawks Farmers, this is the Farmers. If you'd like to watch the Warhawks Monarchs game, that game is on the Game Changer as Jewell hits one to Kevin Rodriguez at short. That throw would have been in time, but took a weird hop over the first baseman, Jeffrey Vargas.
Now batting center fielder number 5.
So
Rockers.
Jewell on with I don't really know, probably an E6. The throw to Vargas just kind of took a hop in. It was a low throw, and it took a hop in the dirt and just over Vargas's head. Not even past him completely over his head. He really had no chance of getting to it. As that next pitch is high for ball 1. We're not certainly the best outing so far, as that one is high for ball 2. Bases are cleared, so no inherited runners are Samuel Herrera's. His stat line, 1.2 innings pitched, 1 2/3, 14 batters faced, 51 pitches. As that pitch from Noguera, swing and a miss, strike 1. Herrera gave up 5 runs off 8 hits, 7 of those runs earned, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch. And stranded just one runner. So that one high for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. Makes it 2 outs. Well, not makes it 2 outs. There are 2 outs. Sometimes I just turn my brain on autopilot, and, well, I'm sure you guys notice. A pitch from Rockers finds the gap into left field. Harrison Jewell will advance to third, but is held up there.
Now batting right fielder number 16, Zeke Reason.
And that brings up Zeke Reason, who wants to keep this train moving. And actually, with Maverick Rockers, he marked the 10th batter for the Blues this inning, meaning they have batted around. Zeke Reason is number 11. Well, actually, he's number 16. He's just the 11th batter. As he looks at that first pitch, and it tags the zone for called strike 1. So 0-1 with 2 outs. The Farmers are really not the best situation for them so far, but they put up 4 runs in the last inning. Who's to say they can't do it again? As Reason watches that one, Rockers throws to Rockers stole second. I'm unsure of the call on that pitch. I think it was a ball, though. However, what happened was Rockers stole second. He probably would have been out if not for the throw being a little awry, and it was the classic decoy play that allowed Harrison Jewell to come home. A lot of times you will see that happen. Farmers actually executed it perfectly in the top of the second inning as Reason fouls that one off. Foul just before third base. Reason excuse me, back to what I was saying. A lot of times if the runners are at the corners, the man at first will, as that one is hit, Rodriguez, the man again, this one is in time, so the inning over, but a lot happened. 7 runs off 5 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We move to the top of the third inning. Blues lead at 9-4. We're going to take a break here on the Sunflower Sports Network. Jake Miller out for another inning. Don't go anywhere. Isaac Nunez leads the top of the third off for the Farmers. As Jake Miller's first pitch, a breaking ball, fouled off by Nunez. The next pitch, low, ball one. Count 1-1. That one at Nunez's head. 2-1 the count. Nunez shows bunt, pulls back. Doesn't matter, called strike 2 anyway. Evens the count up at 2-2. That pitch, low, blocked by Brubeck. Doesn't really matter with no base runners. Damage, all the damage is done is on the scoreboard. The count now full. That pitch to Nunez hit straight to Kuiper Kendall. The throw to Kendall Rivero in time.
Now batting left fielder number 28, Bernardo Santana.
A 6-3 single play. Means one away here in the top of the third inning for Bertolito Santana. Santana so far today, 1 for 1. With a single. The pitch is in there for strike 1. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2 the count. Santana would later be one of those 4 runs with Farmers, as that one is hit up high into shallow left field. Giving chase is Maverick Rockers. He's the one that catches it. There was about 4 people surrounding it. The middle infielders.
Second baseman number 22, Lazaro Rodriguez.
Middle infielders and Rockers himself. Reason also came in to maybe play backup, but only one person has to catch it, and that was Maverick Rockers, and means 2 away here for Lazaro Rodriguez. He hits it up, and once again, giving chase is Maverick Rockers. That one hits the fence, and Lazaro Rodriguez on with a 2-out double.
Now batting first baseman number 27, Jeffrey Vargas.
For Jeffrey Vargas, Vargas hit one of the 2 triples today that we've seen. He hit the one for the Farmers, which means there are, well, there's 2. 1 for each team. Swing and miss for strike 1. Vargas with 1 RBI today. He'd really like to add to that total. As the Farmers leading going into the last inning, or not going into the last inning, as that one is hit foul just in, well, not in play. It was out of play, but Kendall Rivero, if he wanted to make a play on it, would have crashed straight into the fence down the right field line. But the facts remain the same. It is 0-2 the count with 2 outs. On deck for the Farmers is Uriel Mayora if we get there this inning. And we'll have to wait another pitch to see, as that one is high for ball 1. That one, swing and a miss. Drop strike 3, but Brubeck immediately applies the tag. So no runs off, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We move to the bottom of the third inning. And before we do that,
Animal Hospital is a proud sponsor for the Blues.
we'd like to talk to you guys about Baldwin City Companion Animal Hospital. Whether you're needing veterinary services for your smallest pet or your largest farm animals, see Dr. Tim Jones at Baldwin City Companion Animal Hospital. You and your pet will be glad you did. Baldwin City Companion Animal Hospital, located off Highway 56, just across from
mid-inning activity sponsored
the
by the Baldwin Sports Bar, where the Baldwin City 11U Bulldogs will be doing a fun run.
located, Baldwin City Companion Animal Hospital, located just behind the Quick Stop gas station. As we turn to you for the Bullpen Sports Bar fun run that is normally done in the middle of the fourth inning, we've moved it up to the third. Our participants for today are members of the Baldwin City Bulldogs 11U baseball team. Normally, they are our team of the game. As the goal is simple, it's put on the swim trunks, put on the shirt, do a dizzy bat. I'm unsure on the specified number. Finally, well, he didn't put his forehead on, but at least the bat's on the ground. Kid on the right runs back, and after you do the dizzy bat, you have to take everything off. Take the shirt and the swim trunks off and give them to the next kid. He then has to do the dizzy bat. As we're seeing our competitors struggle a little bit, the team on the right with a handy lead before, and I thought you had to do the dizzy bat, but he ran straight over, and you have to high-five the kid
Like
on the right, or the kid in the middle. So team on the right won, and well, one of the more competitive games I've seen this year. And Grant Simblick leading the inning off for the Blues. Simblick hit his first extra baser of the year. Last at bat, a 2-run home run, which tied the game up for the Blues. And he's looking to do it again. That pitch from Moises Noera, high for ball one. Noera right now at 1/3 inning pitched. In that time, one run off one hit, 3 batters faced. That one is inside for ball two. I believe that one run was unearned as well. I will verify that now in just a second, as that pitch low for ball three. That one run was unearned, so 7 of the Blues' 9 runs are earned, just 2 unearned, but Simblick faces 4 pitches, and they're all balls, so he is on board with a leadoff walk.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Christian Kotwitz.
For Christian Kotwitz, who 2 plate appearances, and as Edelby Garcia out to talk to Moises Noera, so it looks like he's given the ball off to a new pitcher. We will let you know who that is in just a second. Number 23, which is 1 second, and we will let you know. Second, while we retrieve that name, he was not on the sheet we have. 23, Raynell Torado. So we are going to take a short break while Torado, actually we're not, because I think we're almost ready to go. But we can take this pitching change to tell you the Monarchs have jumped out to a 3-0 lead over the Topeka Warhawks. All 4 of those runs came in the top of the 4th inning. So 3-0 Warhawks early. Still no game changer stream for the Brigade and A's. But Moises Noera, his day is done.
Did you?
1/3 innings pitched. 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk. Currently no earned runs, but Grant Simblick at first is his. So should that run come home, he will finish with 1 run to his credit. Toronto throws over to first, can't find Simblick. Save is the call. Florida has tied the game up against LSU. However, LSU threatening here. It's a pitch low for ball 1. I kid. I believe we move to the middle of the 6th inning. 2-2 between the Bengals, Bengal Tigers, Bayou Bengals, and the Gators. 2-0 the count now, as that pitch was, the last pitch was low for ball 1. Ball 2, I'm all over the place right now. Maybe I'll find myself along the way as that pitch, ball 3. So the Blues have seen 7 balls in a row. Three from Noera, 3 from Torado, as that one is fouled off. 4 strike 1. Simblick was on his bike there, and he definitely would have gotten there. But obviously, due to the foul ball, he was forced to turn around. Torado's pitch inside, and Kotwitz is aboard with a walk. So Brennan Johnson,
fielder number 47, Brennan Johnson,
looking to do some damage here. 2 on, nobody out. And the first RBI of the game for the Blues with a triple. And he, in with that triple, also came home. As he shows bunt here, gets it down. Toronto's throw to first. Safe. Not sure if the throw would have been in time. We're going to call it a hit either way.
Number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
But I'm not sure if the throw would have been in time or not. It was a little high. The throw was high, so Jeffrey Vargas at first base had to jump to even catch the ball. So the
I'm just like, I have to click on them before to make sure.
as Toronto's pitch in there for called strike 1. As Andrew Brubeck fouls that one off, and he's in an 0-2 hole early. He's pretty frustrated with himself thus far. But 0-2 the count here with no outs. Toronto did not. Ooh, another one. Rooked foul to the left side. And 0-2 still a count.
Well, they do have for the tournament, but he's not going to pitch anymore, and he plays other positions.
As Brubeck hits one into right center field. Simlick scores. Kotwitz scores. Johnson's running home. No throw even there. So a bases clearing double for Andrew Brubeck.
Now batting shortstop number 18, Piper Kendall.
I think it's safe to say the Blues have now broken this game open. It is 12-4 for Kuiper Kendall.
I don't think we can win this one.
You'd be surprised.
Kuiper Kendall takes the first pitch and hit just in front of the left fielder, Brilito Santana. So the runner's now at the corners.
Now batting first baseman number 12, Kendall Rivero.
Only took one pitch for Kuiper Kendall to reach base on a line drive single. And so Kendall Rivero up now. Runners at the corners, no outs. Rivero in his one at-bat today, it was a 3-run home run as he takes that pitch for called strike one. Rivero hits it to the third baseman, Massimiliano Hernandez, who had to
Now batting designated hitter number 9, Harrison Jewell.
run around Andrew Brubeck. Brubeck obviously staying put at third. Kuiper Kendall, it was a hit and run there. Kendall went to still second as that pitch. Harrison Jewell up now. Takes a swing and a miss for his first at bat. Jewell would really like to get out of this miniature slump he's in. Reached on strikeout and reached on error in his 2 at bats as he takes that one, and that one's going to get down into right center field for a hit. Brubeck home, Kendall home. So a 2-run single for Harrison Jewell.
Now batting center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
It is now 14-4. Yeah, a lot happening here at Baldwin City Ballpark. We're still in the third inning after an hour of play, but it's kind of what happens when 18 runs are scored between both teams. As Maverick Rockers finds the gap into right field, Harrison Jewell is way out and tried to slide to avoid the tag at third. He probably
Right fielder number 16, Zeke Reason.
shouldn't have tried. In my opinion, I'd say he probably shouldn't have tried to run there. And because the throw came in when he was about halfway down the baseline. As Zeke Reason, man up, swing and a miss. So 2 outs now. I'd like to update you on the weather because that's what people talk about when there's nothing else to talk about. 88 now, so slowly dropping as Toronto's throw to first can't find Maverick Rockers. Zeke Reason 0 for 1 today. A walk and a ground out to his credit. As he takes that one low, blocked in. Rockers stole second. He was on his way to third, and he is in there. So 1-1, but the Blues have flipped the field. It was a runner on first. Now it's a runner on third with 2 outs. 5 runs in this inning so far. And the Blues are looking to threaten with possibly 1 more, maybe even 2. But the count is 1-1, low 4-2, so 2-1 the count. Florida has now taken the lead in the College World Series. At the end of the 6th, the Gators lead 3-2 over LSU in Game 1 of the College World Series Championship Series in Omaha. Is that one low, ball 3. Is that pitch high and inside? Ball 4. As Grant Simblick leading the Blues off, and for the second straight inning, the Blues have batted around. Grant Simblick 1 for 1 on the day. Hit a home run in the second inning, and to start off this inning, walked. That was a 4-pitch walk. It saw the end of Moises Noera. That pitch is in there for called strike 1, so history will not repeat itself as far as the 4-pitch walk is concerned. 0-1 the count. As the throw over to first, not in time. As Reason goes, he's out, and that will end the inning on the base pass. That was a ball. Not that it matters, because Zeke Reason was caught stealing. So in that time, 5 runs off 5 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We return for another inning, and it's Jake Miller once again. So we're going to take a break before we bring you the top of the 4th inning. This is the Sunflower Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Ethan Watley leads. Excuse me, not Ethan Watley.
It is catcher number 26, Yorel Mayora.
Yorel Mayora up for the Farmers to lead off the inning as Jake Miller out for another inning of work. That pitch is in there for called strike one. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. To start this inning as that one is low for Baldwin to even up the count. And that pitch hits Mayora.
Now batting center fielder number 6, Ethan Watley.
So that brings up Ethan Watley. The pitch is high for ball one. So with 1-0 the count, the Farmers will. Nice breaking ball from Jake Miller. Just hangs with nothing happening, but that evens up the count at 1-1. Pitch is in there for called strike two. Pitch is up the middle and into center field. A single for Ethan Watley.
Now batting shortstop number 14, Kevin Rodriguez.
And maybe the Farmers have something working here as Kevin Rodriguez finishes off the second go-around of the order. Let's put it this way, the Rodriguez shows bunt, fouled it back into the fence behind us. In sporting news, as it relates to Kansas, Osborne, Kansas native Josh Eilert has been hired as the interim men's basketball coach for West Virginia. I'd like to shout out him. So ball outside for ball one. A pitch from Rodriguez in play. Miller throws over to first. The throw in time. The other two runners advance. So runners on second and third with one out.
Now batting third baseman number 3, Massimiliano Hernandez.
For Massimiliano Hernandez. 1 for 2, but reached base in both bats. First one, the leadoff play of the game. He reached on a throwing error by Christian Kotwitz. The second one, a triple. So, kind of, well, pretty close out there. So that one here for ball one. Hernandez ropes one into right field. The throw from Zeke Reason was way in time on a rope, so the Farmers get one back.
Number 7, Hansel Ogando.
And on the throw where Hernandez reached second base, so we have the same scenario, just one run for the Farmers more. One out, runners on second and third. Score now 14-5. Miller's pitch is hit straight to Rivero. That is another run scored for the Farmers. 14-6 now.
Now batting right fielder number 9, Isaac Nunez.
But Ethan Watley scores, so now runner on third with 2 outs for Isaac Nunez. Here in the top of the 4th inning. pitch low for ball one. Nice block by Andrew Brubeck. Next pitch, just low for ball two. 2-0 the count, and the count will remain balls only. So that pitch in there for 3-0. So 3-0 the count, and a 4-pitch walk. Runners at the corners. You can confirm there are a couple of Blues players in the bullpen. Spergolito Santana up now with 2 outs. The Farmers really need to get something done. Score 14-6. Santana is quite partial to the middle of the field. Singled on a line drive to left center. So he hits that one up in the air. It's going to be foul, but a few people giving chase, and nobody gets to it. So all that will result there is a strike. So 0 on the count. Look, Bergolito Santana singled to left center and then flied out to center in his 2 at-bats. So that one, not sure which way it went. Maybe just a little outside for ball one. That one's in there for a called strike 2. There's just one pitch, and Jake Miller might get out of it, and we'll have to wait a pitch longer as that one's fouled off. Low for ball 2. Even up the count. Deuces Wild with 2 outs. As that one is hit into right field. Reason giving chase, and he makes the grab. So the Blues are out of it now. Farmers have cut the lead just a little bit, but the Gulf lead's still golfing at 14-6.
Baldwin City Bulldogs 11U team to do our massive builders hit around.
2 runs off 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base off 22 pitches, so a lot of 2 there. We move to the middle of the 4th. It is 14-6 Blues, and we're doing our mass builders hit around. It's pretty much who can hit the most balls. Teams of 2, 1 player on each team throwing, the other pitching, and I forget about it every time it's the Dizzy Bat, and I have to commend these players. Maybe my biggest grievance with Dizzy Bat is the fact that nobody ever does them right, and these 2 kids have done it textbook. Not sure the names of our players, but they're doing a good job making contact. Good pitches from both of them. But in the 4th inning, we want to talk to you guys about Maley & Sons Construction, a proud returning sponsor for 2023. If you're looking to upgrade your next construction needs, see Maley & Sons Construction. They will do the job right. I believe we might have a new pitcher, and we do, for the Farmers. When we get you the name, we will tell you. This is a A right-handed pitcher. Looks like 34 is the number. And it appears to be. So he is the fourth pitcher for the Blues. Or excuse me, for the Farmers. Jonas King will lead off. Will do the pitching for the Farmers now, and want to update you on the
third baseman, number 17, Grant Simbley.
The game that we actually have a working game changer stream for. That is the Monarchs and the Warhawks. The Monarchs have extended their lead with 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning. That one is 5-0. Monarchs. That one is 5-0 Monarchs in the middle of the 5th innings. But it's been all balls here in the bottom of the 4th. Normally you'd hear that phrase in basketball. I'll take a couple letters out and you change basketball to baseball. And that one's a strike and therefore called strike 1. So 3-1 the count. And Grant Simblick just gets plunked there.
Now batting second baseman, number 7, Christian Koplitz.
And Simblick does a hard 90 the rest of the way. And 1 on with no outs. We've seen this before. Christian Koplitz takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Christian Koplitz sure has done a lot of taking today. He's 0 for 0 as he swings and misses there with a walk, hit by pitch, and a walk. Jonas King, next pitch in there for ball strike 2. As Simblick goes, Koplitz strikes out, but the throw is into center field. It was not even close to in time. But 1 away here
Number 47, Brennan Johnson.
For Brennan Johnson. Johnson 2 for 3 on the day as he takes that one outside for ball 1. Sun is starting to set here in Baldwin City. That was another pitch outside for ball 2. It's kind of an orangish hue in the background over the left field line. Or not left field line, over left field is that pitch low for ball 3. So Johnson has seen 3 pitches. They are all balls. And that's a 4th one outside. A 4-pitch walk for Brennan Johnson. 2 on, 1 out. Now for Andrew Brubeck.
Catcher number 19, Andrew Brubeck.
For Andrew Brubeck, who is 2 for 3 on the day. As he takes that one in the zone for called strike one. After a pop out, he's hit a single and a double, so that one is outside for ball one, evening up the count at one. I don't want to jinx it or speak it into existence, but I have to think there is going to be a lot of time for Andrew Brubeck to potential challenge for the cycle. But he swings and misses there, so that's strike two. But he's got certainly the two hardest ones ahead of him now. So that's just me. Maybe wishful thinking from me, but sure would be cool. Ellie De La Cruz hit for the cycle yesterday for the Reds. Reds, as that one is blocked by the catcher Mayora, but does not even make a throw. So two stolen bases for the Blues, puts runners at second and third with one out. The Reds are red hot currently. What a streak they are on. They lost today, but they are 9-1 in their last 10 games. And they hold a 1.5 game lead at the top of the NL Central. Brubeck swings there and fouls it off to keep this at-bat alive. 2-2 still to count. Divisional leaders in the MLB, the Tampa Bay Rays lead the AL East, and the entire league, at 53-27. As Brubeck ropes that one into left field, gets down early, and another run scored. Another single for Andrew Brubeck. For Kuiper Kendall. Runners at the corners with one out. Score, like I said now, 15-6. That makes this game a 9-run score. A 9-run game, excuse me. Kendall, one of the players, once again, as he takes that one deep into left field. Left fielder giving chase, and it's off the wall. Johnson will score, and the runners will advance. That is a one-out double for Kuiper Kendall. Scoring another run.
Number 12, Kendall Rivera.
It was a pretty long double, like I said, off the fence in left field. That fence is about 320. And I'd say he hit it about 318. And one guy that hit it further than 320 is Kendall Rivera, who hit a home run in his first actual at bat. He walked in his first plate appearance, so he is 1 for 2. So that one is low for ball one. He hits that one into the outfield once again. Isaac Nunez is under it and gets it. Nunez threw to third to try and catch Kuiper Kendall there, but Kendall is safe at third, and Andrew Brubeck scores. So the score is now 17-6. A somewhat successful sac fly by Kendall Rivera. Makes the lead 11 here. So the Blues have scored every inning so far. We get 2 in the first, 7 in the second, 5 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. And Jewell hits that one to right field. This one is over. So I don't know if I said right field. I definitely meant left. But Blues have turned this one into a home run derby. It is now 19-6.
With that, Harrison Jewell, a home run. Now batting center fielder number 5, Maverick Rockers.
It was gone in a hurry.
Maverick Rockers comes up. That's now the Blues are a home run away from just doubling their home run count on the season. As UW Garcia out to talk to Jonas King. I'm really not sure who the Farmers have to pitch. They have somebody in the bullpen. This will be their 5th pitcher, though. If King is out of the game. But while they talk, we're going to take a quick break and be back in just a minute. So Jonas King will stay in the game. I can see the Farmers do have somebody warming up in the bullpen, so that one might be coming soon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Blues have scored 4 runs. So that one is high for ball 1. Most recently, a 2-run shot from Harrison Jewell. Rockers fouls that one off. Folks, if you're here in Baldwin City, yeah, it's a hot one tonight, but you've got your money's worth. 25 runs of offense so far in just 4 innings. That one is catches the inside part of the zone for strike 2. And it's strike 3, swing and a miss. So 5 runs off 3 hits, no errors, none left on base. The Blues have extended their lead. It is now 19-6. Going into the top of the 5th inning, Austin Arocha appears to be the new pitcher. And before that, we will take a short break and be back in just a couple minutes. So we start the top of the 5th inning. A new pitcher for the Blues, Austin Arocha. Arocha, a two-way player, out of Mid-American Nazarene University, originally by way of Ridgeview High School in Jacksonville, Florida. This is his first pitch low for ball one. Next pitch is hit into shallow left field. So Lazaro Rodriguez on board with a leadoff single.
Now batting first baseman number 27, Jeffrey Vargas.
Brings up Jeffrey Vargas. As Roach's first pitch in there for called strike one. Pitch low for ball one, but good block by Brubeck. Evens the count up, but Rodriguez at first, not going anywhere. Brings up Jeffrey Vargas. So that pitch is fouled off for strike two. Roach's next pitch fouled off out of play. I believe it hit the concession stand behind us. So at 1-2. Roach's next pitch low for ball two, evens up the count. At 2-2 with no outs, excuse me, one on. I'd like to talk to you now. You're going to have to start it off earlier in the night this time. It's that pitch low for ball three. Brubeck getting his cardio in. On strike three, the first at bat.
Now batting number 26, Uriel.
So the first out, Uriel Mayora, the batter up, as that one is inside for ball one. That pitch is into center field. So that one, 2-0 the count. Sorry, I forgot to I accidentally put the mic on mute to take a sip of water. I'm quite parched as that one is fouled off. Makes the count 2-1. Archer's next pitch, low in the dirt for ball 3. So 3-1 the count. If you're just tuning in, well, there's been a lot of scoring. 19-6. 25 runs between both teams. As that pitch low for ball 4.
Now batting shortstop, number 14, Kevin Rodriguez.
2 on with 2 out for Kevin Rodriguez. Unfortunately, I don't know why the base runners went away on the scoreboard, but they're back now. Archer's first pitch in there for called strike 1. So we'd like to talk to you guys about what happened on this day in history. A lot happened, and we will get to them in just a second, as the count is 0-1 for Austin Rocha. And the count will even up at 1-2. Excuse me, 1-1. 1-2 is not even an even count. We'll get there eventually, I promise. The pitch swung on by Rodriguez. Yes, it is foul. So both Rodriguez on the base paths and Watley went. They would have been in there, and it was a late foul. Late foul call for the field umpire. That one is low for ball 2 to even the count up at 2-2 with 2 outs. So on this day in history, a lot happened. First off, in the year 1374, one of the dancing plagues that happened in medieval Europe happened in Aachen, Germany, where people would randomly just hallucinate, as that one is fouled off again. As the people hallucinated, they would just twitch and jump and do that until they collapsed from exhaustion. And that happened quite a few times throughout medieval Europe. It's unsure how it happened, but it did, and it happened on this day in 1374. Versus pitch in there, high to make the count full at 3-2. In 1509, Henry VIII is crowned King of England. And 31 years later, Henry VIII commanded his fourth wife, Anne of Cleves, to leave the court, as the bases are loaded now with another walk.
Now batting third baseman, number 3, Hernandez.
Anne of Cleves got off lucky comparative to Henry VIII's other wives. She actually, well, she lived. Pitching coach Logan Whalen is out for a mountain visit. We will take a break, step aside, and be back in a second. Don't go anywhere. We're back again. No pitching change. Just the first mound visit. Obviously, a second one would mean the end of the day for Austin Rocha. But Massimiliano Hernandez, man up with bases loaded. 2 outs. So the extreme for each way. And the first pitch is hit high in the air. Brennan Johnson camped under it and makes the grab. So no run off 1 hit. No errors. 3 left on base. Blues get out of that one, but it is 19-6 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. We want to welcome back the East Maisel family and their farm for the 2023 summer season. Smaisels love the Blues, and we love their farm. Thank you to the Smaisel family for their sponsorship. We start with the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting right fielder, number 16.
Zeke Reason leading off for the Blues. And Christoph M. is the new pitcher for the Farmers. We don't have a last name for him, but you know he is the number 25, and he's the new pitcher for the Farmers. And his first pitch is a strike. So that is what we need to know. Reason 0 for 1 today. A day where the Blues have been hitting well. 14 hits for the home team. That pitch must have slipped out of Christoph's hand. And, well, over yonder, never had a chance. But the count is 1-1. But as I was saying, Reason is not one of the Blues' 14 hits. However, he did reach base twice via a walk. That one is outside, so the count is 2-1. Continuing our history lesson, in 1664, the colony of New Jersey is founded. And in 1692, another famous place founded, Kingston, Jamaica. Christoph's next pitch is high for ball 3, so we are 3-1. In 1793, the first Republican Constitution was adopted in the city of France. And in more French news, in 1812, Reason swings on that one. I have to think that would have been ball 4, but instead the count is full. In 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte started his invasion of Russia by crossing the Niemen River. In 1853, President Franklin Pierce signed the Gadsden purchase, as that one is actually a hit by pitch. So reason is aboard for Grant Simblick. The Gadsden purchase bought 29,670 square miles from Mexico for $10 million. The land purchase there is now southern Arizona and New Mexico. Fun fact, the name New Mexico, is that first pitch fouled off by Simblick. The name New Mexico actually predates the name Mexico. So, fun fact that you'd like to throw out there. Not only did we beat Mexico to New Mexico, we beat them in soccer too. Simblick 1 for 1 on the day. As he takes, that one is a pass ball and reason into second. Simblick's one hit, a home run. And in his other at-bats, walk and hit by pitch. In 1861, Tennessee became the 11th and final state to secede from the Union. And folks, as that one catches the outside part of the zone, in regards to Tennessee, well, we know how that one ended. In 1897, Hale injured 26 in Topeka. Speaking of Topeka, as that one is way outside for ball 2, we're going to take a look at the Warhawks and Farmers. That game is now 6-0 at the end of the 6th in favor of the Monarchs. I said the Warhawks and the Farmers. I meant the Warhawks and the Monarchs. So that one low. Count goes full. In 1901, the first exhibition by Pablo Picasso opened in Paris. Picasso was then aged 19. In 1902, the Target Corporation is founded by George Dayton in Minneapolis. So that one is high for ball 4. Another walk. 2 on with nobody out. Target was founded as Goodfellow Dry Goods, though.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Christian Kotwitz.
In 1916, Mary Pickford became the first female film star to get $1 million contract. Well, that's just a lot of money, especially for that time. So that one is low for ball 1, I believe, to start this at bat. So that pitch is high and out of play. Mayora, well, made an attempt on it, but he was pretty far off of it. In 1940, France signed an armistice with Italy during World War II. And in 1942, the German Afrika Korps invaded Egypt as part of World War II. Kotwitz hits one to third. Throw to third in time. Hernandez stepped on first, and he threw to first in time. So 2 away now.
Now batting left fielder number 47, Brennan Johnson.
Folks, we might run into a predicament here. I've just remembered that our scoreboard images only go up to 20. So So if the Blues score another run, well, we'll see what we do in a minute. But it is currently 19-6 with 2 outs for Brennan Johnson, who is 2 for 3 today with a triple, a single, a walk, and that one is behind him. So Simblick advances to third on a wild pitch easily, and the count's now 1-0. In 1948, the Soviet Union began the West Berlin blockade by stopping access by road, rail, and water. Is that pitch low for ball 2? This pitch from Johnson hit into center field. Straight to Ethan Watley, and this is now the first inning in which the Blues have not scored. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Still 19-6. We're going to take a short break and be back in just a couple. We start off the top of the 6th inning. A new pitcher in Dane War-Muskerkin for the Blues. I'd like to tell you more history. In 1970, the U.S. Senate voted to repeal the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution. Folks, I'm talking a lot about history because there was a lot that happened in today in history. That's going to slow down, at least for a while, as far as what I want to talk about.
Now batting designated hitter number 7, Hazel Ogando.
In 1981, the James Bond film For Your Eyes Only premiered in London, starring Roger Moore as James Bond. Hansel Ogando leading off the inning as that pitch went low for ball 1. Muskerkin's next pitch, ball 1 again. Or excuse me, ball 2 again. In 1982, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that president cannot be sued for his actions in office. His or hers, I suppose. Is that pitch outside for ball 3. Muskerkin's next pitch outside, so a 4-pitch walk to start off the top of the 6th inning. And Isaac Nunez Excuse me, that is a different
I don't have
batter. It is not Isaac Nunez. However, he is coming out for Isaac Nunez. This is Abdiel Mora. Mora's first pitch fouled off. So 0-1 the count early. And at 1985, the 18th NASA Space Shuttle mission, Discovery 5 returned to Earth, and also on that day, the Challenger Space Shuttle, well, it wasn't a shuttle there, as Mora's next pitch is up and gone. A 2-run shot from Abdiel Mora makes this game at 19-8. And both players are, well, they're taking their time. Mora's caught up to Agondo, but 2 runs off 2 batters so far for and Bergalito Santana.
Now batting left fielder number 28, Bergalito Santana.
The man up. But in 1985, along with the Discovery 5, the Challenger moved to Vehicle Assembly Building at the Kennedy Space Center. And, well, that one is hit once again to the outfield, but Zeke Reason able to corral it, so 1 away. Number 24, Albert Lambert, up for the Farmers, as Yodovi Garcia, I think, has a slew of substitutions to make. Just talking to our home plate umpire here, so he's caught up with them. And we hope that we will be caught up with them ourselves. So Lambert in for Lazaro Rodriguez, and we believe Avery Vargas, it's that pitch from Moore Muskerkin, in there for called strike 1. Will be replaced. So one that low for ball 1. The next pitcher in is that one gets the zone again. Or called strike 1. On at deck right now, though, is Luis Torres. Muskerkin, that one is hit high and out of play. So the 1-2 pitch. Lambert ducked to get under it. I'm not sure he needed to. As that pitch is in play. Hit to Kendall. Kendall's throw to Rivero on a rope and in time. This next one is Luis Torres. Number 21.
Now batting number 21,
In for
Torres.
Uriel Mayora. In for Jeffrey Vargas. Either way, this first pitch is hit into shallow left field, and Torres is on with so
number 26, Uriel Mayora.
Mayora is still in the game. So first pitch from War Muskerkin outside for ball one. So pitch not in the zone. So 2-0 the count. Muskerkin's next pitch is put in play to Kuiper Kendall, who tried to make a glove play with it, but not able to even make a play. I'm going to call that
Number 6,
a hit. And with that hit, we will continue our history lesson. In 1992, John Gotti, the mafia boss, began a life sentence in prison for, well, a lot of stuff. So pitch low for ball one. In 1997, the United States Air Force reported that the Roswell space aliens were actually dummies. So the bodies that were found were not even bodies themselves. So that one's inside for ball two. 2-0. So that pitch is fouled off to third base side. 2-1 the count now. Or Ethan Watley. Watley 1 for 1 on the day. Walk, single, walk. In 2006, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest premiered at Disneyland. That film was the fastest film to gross over $1 billion. That pitch is low and through the legs of Andrew Brubeck, so the two runners will advance. Count is 3-1 with 2 outs here. Runners on second and third. That pitch low for ball four. So 4 pitches, 5 pitches, 4 walks. As a mound visit from manager Tanner Kilmer will commence here. And with that, we will take a break and step aside just for a moment. And we will be back in a couple minutes here on Sunflower Sports Network. We return here in the bottom of the the top of the sixth inning.
Number 14, Kevin Rodriguez.
Bases loaded, 2 outs. The mound visit, just a mound visit, no substitution. Danware Muskerkin remains in the game for Kevin Rodriguez. This pitch low, Rodriguez gets out of the way of it. So, ball 1. Like to move to on this day in sports, and there's quite a lot. But before that, the pitch low again, about the same place. Rodriguez doing a good job to jump out of both of them. In 1922, two major things happened in the world of professional football. The American Professional Football Association renamed to what we know it today, the National Football League. So that pitch low for ball 3. In 1922, also, the charter NFL club, the Chicago Staleys, are renamed as the Chicago Bears. In 1930, that pitch is in there for called strike 1. Ground is broken for the construction of Cleveland Stadium, home of the Indians in 1932 to 1933, and the Cleveland Browns 46 to 1995. That pitch is high for ball 4. And a run scores. So the score is now 19 to 9. With the bases still loaded.
Baseman number 3, Massimiliano Hernandez.
In 1936, rookie outfielder Joe DiMaggio ties 3 MLB records in the Yankees' 10-run 5th inning against the White Sox. Pitch catches the inside part of the zone for strike 1. DiMaggio hit 2 home runs for 8 total bases. The Yankees would beat the White Sox 18-4. Pitch from Muskerkin high for ball 1, evens the count at 1-1. In 1947, Jackie Robinson stole home for the first of 19 times in his career as that pitch on a line into right field. 2-3 will score. So it's a bases clearing double from Massimiliano Hernandez. And the score is now 19 to 12.
How about designated hitter Hansel Orgando?
So it's still a 7-run lead, but it was 13 at one point. It's 19 to 6. It's now 19 to 12. I don't know what sport we're playing. I think it's baseball. The scores are looking like it would be an awful interesting way to, if it was a football game. 19 to 12 doesn't seem like a football scores. That first pitch to Hansel Orgando high for ball 1. This next pitch in there for called strike 1. As that pitch from Orgando high and out of here. So the Farmers have put up an 8 spot in this inning. 2 home runs for them. They still trail the home run derby 3-2. But Abdel Mora batting now. He
32, Abdel Mora.
Farmers have now batted around. Abdel Mora hit the first home run of the inning. Can he do it again? No, this one's in play to Kuiper Kendall, and through the legs of Kendall, this inning will continue. In 1955, future Hall of Famer Harmon Killebrew hit his first home run.
Now batting number 28, Miguelito Santana.
In 1962, outfielder Jack Reed hit his only MLB home run in the 22nd inning of a game between the Yankees and the Tigers. The Yankees won that 9-7 in the slowest extra inning game in league history. So went high for ball one. That game lasted 7 hours. So pitch in there for called strike one. In 1968, Joe Frazier stopped Manuel Ramos in the second round via a TKO at Madison Square Garden in Frazier's first heavyweight title defense. That went in there for call strike two, so one and two the count. That pitch just high for ball two. In 1979, the greatest baseball player of all time, Rickey Henderson, debuted for the Oakland A's and stole his first base. So that pitch is hit right field. Reason able to corral it. So 8 runs off 5 hits, 1 error, 1 left on base. The Farmers, just when they thought we were
Bulldogs doing our wood spoke and change per corner tire toss, where players will be
just when we thought
given little
the game
targets
was
and
out of
throw
reach,
balls into the target.
The Farmers have stormed back. It's now a 5-run game as we watch to our right. The Wooden Spoke Restaurant and Change for Connor Foundation tire toss. Players, we have inflatable tires right here. The players throw balls in them, but for that, we would like to talk about the Nook, who joins the Blues for the 2023 summer season. If you're looking for that next good book or just want to relax with a great cup of coffee or tea or other drinks, step into the Nook located in beautiful downtown Baldwin City. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The tire toss is over as Gannon Grebe subs in for Andrew Brubeck. Folks, yes, that score on your screen is correct. If you're just joining us, it is 19-14. Still in favor of the Blues. Kristoff's first pitch outside for ball one. And that pitch in there for called strike one. That pitch by Grebe hit into center field, so he is on board with a leadoff single for Solomon Holmes.
Number 4, Solomon Holmes.
And that should be that.
In 1983, Don Sutton, Hall of Fame pitcher, became the 8th pitcher to strike out 3,000 batters. In 1984, Joe Morgan set career home run mark for second baseman. He had 200, did that with home run 265. In 1987, the Montreal Alouettes of the Canadian Football League folded for the second time in their history. Obviously, they are still around as that one catches the inside part of the zone in for strike one. Also in 1987, the Salt Lake City Trappers began a pro baseball record 29-game win streak. His check swing, but he did not go. Ball 2. This next pitch inside for ball 3. In 1988, the Cleveland Indians pitcher Doug Jones set a record of 14 consecutive saves. In that same day, the Boston Red Sox, as that pitch is high for ball 4, so 2 on, no outs, and Gage Callahan coming in for Kendall Rivero. We already see Tyler Vigna behind him.
Now batting number 15, Gage Callahan.
Callahan somewhat struggled with hitting on the season. Batting 111 right now as he takes the first pitch for called strike 1. However, leads, well, he's tied for the lead on the team in strikeouts at 12. Set pitch in there for called strike 2. In 1992, the MLB Commissioner Fay Vincent permanently banned pitcher Steve Howe for repeated substance abuse violations. However, that was later overturned on appeal. That same night, Shaquille O'Neal was drafted by the Orlando Magic for the top spot of that year's NBA draft. This pitch just outside. Ball 1. So 1-2 the count. Callahan fouls that one off there, so the at-bat stays at 1-2. In 1995, in Johannesburg, the South Africa won the Rugby World Cup in front of their home crowd, defeating New Zealand 15-12 in extra time. That match was made into, as that pitch outside to even up the count, that match and the events surrounding it were made into Clint Eastwood biographical sports film Invictus, which starred Morgan Freeman and Matt Damon. That pitch low for ball 3, doesn't even up the count, but makes it go full. So the count is now full. In 1997, Randy Johnson set an AL record at 19 strikeouts. However, the Mariners lost that game to the A's 4-1 as Callahan strikes out swinging, so there are one away. Tyler Vigna up in the DH spot, hitting for Harrison Jewell. Vigna batting 176 on the season. He's appeared in 6 games so far. And behind him is Caleb Moore, coming in for Maverick Rockers. But in that A's win over the Mariners, Mark McGwire hit a 538-foot home run. And that's a lot, but it's what happens when you do steroids. Pitch is outside for 1-0. In 2004, the Orlando Magic had the first pick once again and selected Dwight Howard. That pitch is a passed ball, also a ball. And Grebe and Holmes will move into scoring position if they weren't there already. In 2010, the longest match in tennis history saw John Isner defeat Nicholas Mahut at Wimbledon. As that pitch low, 4-3. That match was played across 3 separate days, but 11 hours and 5 minutes of play. In 2013, something near and dear to my heart, the Chicago Blackhawks defeated the Boston Bruins 3-2 for a 4-2 Stanley Cup victory, as that one is up the middle and nobody can get to it, so Grebe will score. So will Holmes. And folks, you're going to have to bear with me as we figure something out.
Now batting number 11, Caleb Moore.
So that is a single for Vigna, though. I think I have figured something out. I'm going to have to add some text in, though. Is that pitch? Is that even a pitch? Okay, no pitch. Caleb Moore's first pitch. Low for ball 1. Moore hits a bloop shot to first baseman Torres. And a double play. The scoreboard. It's now officially a football score at 21-14 as Vincent Esposito is the
AAA batters. Oh.
new.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Nah, it's all good. We should be fine.
Okay.
Vincent Esposito, the new pitcher for the Blues, comes in for Dan Muskerkin. We will update you on Muskerkin's final line in just a moment.
Now batting number 24, Luis Torres.
And folks, if you're just joining us, that score on the screen is incorrect. I'm still trying to figure out what to do here. The score is actually 21-14 as Lambert should bunt. Shows bunt again. Ball again. So 2 balls. So it's going to look a little it's not ideal as that one finds the zone for called strike 1. Gonna have to do some creative thinking here. Maybe I will change the font as that one from Lambert is fouled off. So the count is now 2-2. Aaron Simblick winning the Joe Compton Hustle Award for the 7th inning, at least so far. And swing and a miss. Strike 3.
My apologies, that was Albert Lambert.
Lambert goes down swinging to start the inning and brings up Luis Torres with 1 out in the top of the 7th. In 2017, continuing our theme of sports history, the world record for highest altitude soccer match played on Mount Kilimanjaro is that one swing and a miss, played at 18,799 feet of elevation. So that's pretty much all that happened on this day in sports. That one outside for ball 1. Esposito, that one fouled off. Count now 1-2. With the count 1-2, that one is going to hit Torres, and he's on board with 1 out.
Now batting catcher number 26, Yorel Mayor.
Pitch for Yorel Mayor in for strike 1. Esposito outside, ball 1. That pitch fouled off by Mayora to make the Count 1 and 2 right now. 1 out. And count goes even at 2 and 2. That pitch is hit into right field by Mayora. Reason not able to grab it. And Mayora is into second. And that is where he will remain. Runners on second and third with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning.
Now batting number 6, Ethan Watley.
So it brings up Ethan Watley. I'd like to give a happy birthday shout out to Chuck Taylor, born on this day in 1901. Basketball Hall of Fame promoter. And you might know his name from Converse shoes, otherwise known as Chuck's. Well, I think he made them. So first pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. This ball is in play. Throw to first in time, but it scores another run.
Now batting shortstop number 14, Kevin Rodriguez.
So 21-15 the score now. Mayora stays put at second, though. Esposito's first pitch to Kevin Rodriguez, outside, but strike 1. Catch the outside part of the zone. That one outside for a ball. So 1-1 the count. Esposito throws. One narrowly misses Rodriguez. So it's a ball at 2-1. That one just outside. Ball 3. So three consecutive balls. And swing and a miss, so the count goes full. I'd like to give another happy birthday. Happy birthday in heaven to Jeff Beck from the Yardbirds. He was born on this day in 1944, passed away earlier this year. Terry Donahue, also born in 1944. Donahue, a college football Hall of Fame coach. So that one low and away, 4-4. So 2 on with 2 outs.
Now batting number 3, Massimiliano Hernandez.
Mick Fleetwood was born on this day in 1947, and as far as I know, he's still alive. Esposito's first pitch. Swung on and missed. I flinched. I'll let you know whenever I do it because I feel the need to own up to it. Massimiliano Hernandez is the batter. Hernandez 3 for 5 today. He's really favored opposite field here. There's a triple, a single, and a double. He's a home run away from the cycle. As Esposito turns around, the throw to third at not in time. Both players stole bases, and things are not looking good for Mayora. He's limping a little bit, so he will probably have a pinch runner. And in one moment, we will let you know who that is. But he's currently trying to walk it off, so if he doesn't have a pinch runner, we'll let you know, and looks like he's going to play through it. But no pitch on that last one, so the count's still 0-1. But both runners in scoring position now, not just Mayora. That ball is fouled to the right side. 0-2 the count. I'd like to give another happy birthday shout out to Kurt Smith, the bassist and vocalist for Tears for Fears, born on this day in 1961. A pitch called strike three. So, as we have it, one run off one hit, no errors, two left on base. We move to the bottom of the seventh. It's 21-15 in favor of the Blues. We do what we do in Baldwin City due in large part to the Change for Connor Foundation. Connor's parents, Marcy and Mike, and brother Ryan founded Change for Connor to bring awareness to mental health issues and suicide prevention. Change for Connor is an outstanding returning sponsor for the Baldwin City Blues. We're going to take a short break now before we move to the bottom of the seventh inning. We come to the bottom of the seventh inning. Steven Azaro leading off for the Blues. Steven Azaro coming in for Zeke Reason. And folks, let me tell you this. If you're looking at the scoreboard and you think it's a typo, well, it's not. It is 21-15 in favor of the Blues. Blues got out to a pretty commanding lead. It was 19-6 at one point, and then the Farmers scored 8 in the top of the 6th and 1 in the top of the 7th as Cesaro first pitch into center field for a leadoff single.
Now batting number 1, Bryce Clark.
And Bryce Clark in for Grant Simblick. Grant Simblick's day ends 1 for 1, but reached base every plate appearance. That was 4 of them. I'd like to give another happy birthday to Preki, born on this day in 1963. Played for some time for the Kansas City Wizards. Was a personal favorite of mine in backyard soccer. So pitch goes low for ball 1. Really not many birthdays today, unless they're on the back end here. As that pitch is high for ball 1 or ball 2. Mindy Kaling, producer of The Office and The Mindy Project, also Kelly Kapoor in The Office, born on this day in 1979 in Cambridge, Massachusetts. That pitch is fouled off by Clark, so we move to 2-1 as the count. J.J. Redick was born on this day in 1984. Stuart Broad, English cricketer and the 7th bowler to take 500 wickets, was born on this day in 1986. Obviously, the England national team currently doing battle with the Australians in the Ashes series. The Aussies taking the first test. Take a 1-0 series lead. That one is called strike 1. It's called strike 2, so the count goes full. But folks, that first test was a thriller, and if you haven't watched cricket, you definitely should. As Bryce Clark hits this one to second base. And the throw to second, not in time. The gather from Lambert took a while to...
Now batting second baseman number 7, Christian Cotwood.
He actually took a while to even throw the ball to the shortstop, Rodriguez, and I'm unsure if the throw was offline or not in time. Not in time, says our PA announcer, Brett. Unfortunately, my view of it was blocked by the pitcher. Christian Kotwitz takes a big hack, but is swinging a miss for strike 1. Happy birthday to maybe the greatest soccer player of all time, Lionel Messi, born on this day in 1987. Set one in there for ball 1. Messi, much like LeBron James, is taking his talents to South Beach and will be playing at Inter Miami. As Kotwitz takes a big swing again, catches it, but does not put it in play. Foul ball, 1-2. Happy birthday to Primera, an Andean condor hatched at the Cleveland Zoo on this day in 1993. It was the 5th condor born in captivity. That pitch is way up and high to even the count at 2-2. Our last birthday on this day in 2001. Happy birthday to Monet Davis, the first girl to pitch a shutout in the Little League World Series. Kotwitz fouls that one back to keep the at-bat alive. It did not flinch that time. because we'd like to keep things transparent. That next pitch, low for ball 3. Count goes full. We're going to finish our last on this day in music. In 1958, Nina Simone releases her debut jazz album, Little Girl Blue. Kowitz's ball is hit high in the air to right field. Mora drops it. Zaro, initially sent home, is held up at third. So that's going to be an E9.
Now batting left fielder number 47.
Because I believe Mora made contact with the ball. But the bases are loaded with no outs for Brennan Johnson. And Johnson, 2 for 4 today, looking to get a third. On this day in 1992, Billy Joel, then 43 years old, got his high school diploma. He initially left high school with a missing English credit and submitted samples of his writing to earn the diploma. Johnson steps out of the box, takes a couple more practice swings. Not really much happening on this day in music. That one is low. Good block by the catcher Mayora to prevent any runs from going through. The last on this day in music history, the band Goose opened a 2-night run at the Radio City Music Hall. Those shows were sold out. It's a pitch inside for ball 2. Those 2 shows were made into the live album Live at Radio City Music Hall, released just a couple weeks ago. Actually, it was June 9th. That pitch low for ball 3, so 3 pitches, 3 balls. But the band Goose, if you haven't listened to them, you should. They're pretty good. So the College World Series game is done in 11 innings. LSU takes a 1-0 series lead in the championship as that is low for ball 4. Score is now 22.
Now batting number 2, Gannon Grebe.
22-15 for Gannon Grebe. As a mound visit by Yovi Garcia could mean the end of the day for Kristoff, although presumably if the Farmers, you don't want to burn another arm. However, they have the day off tomorrow, and they are bringing another pitcher on. Can't see a number just yet. I believe that number is 12, and it is Elvis Leyba. Leyba, the new pitcher, and as he takes his practice pitches, we're going to step aside for a short break and be back in just a couple minutes here on the Sunflower Sports Network. So we move to the, well, actually, we're still in the bottom of the 7th inning. Score is 22-15. Elvis Leyva, the new pitcher for the Farmers. Bases are loaded with no outs for Gannon Grebe. And, folks, we're not even the highest scoring team tonight. The Los Angeles Angels currently lead the Colorado Rockies as Grebe fouls that one off. 23-0 in the middle of the 5th inning. Surprisingly, Shohei Ohtani is not one of the people with a home run. However, the Angels have 5, including one by Mike Trout. That one is high, and Bryce Clark is in. Safe. So, not sure whether to credit that as a wild pitch or a passed ball. However, we're going to call it a wild pitch. However, it remains the same. 23-15 is the score now. And the catcher, Mayora, is going to spoil the pace of play a little longer. As folks, we're about 3 hours of play. I believe we started right about 7:01, 7:02, so that would put us at 3 hours and 4 minutes of play. We've been on here for 3 hours and 11 minutes now. And folks, I will be the first to say I am parched. Been drinking a lot of water. That pitch is high for ball 2. Grebe sends one up the middle, and it is through. Kotwitz scores. Johnson scores, and folks, I think that is the ball game. It is a walk-off.
And that will do it. The Baldwin City Blues win by a run rule of 10 after 7.
The Baldwin City Blues win this game.
That will turn the Baldwin City Blues record to 7-7 in league play.
25-15 the final. And Gannon Grebe hitting the walk-off in some ways single. So the final game, yes, this was a baseball game, not a football game. After roughly 3 hours of play, 25-15 the final, and actually 2 were left on base. But we are done here in Baldwin City. 25-15 the final. We will assign our pitchers later, though I believe Vincent Esposito, the
this morning we did it.
winning pitcher for the Blues. Actually, he was not. Damore Muskerkin was still the winning pitcher, and the losing pitcher is, well, one of them. Not quite sure who. Either way, the game is over at 25-15. So the Blues move to 7-7. The Farmers fall to 2-13. That's going to do it for us tonight on the Sunflower Sports Network. We will be back on Monday in 2 days for a game here at Baldwin City. That is the Blues versus the Midwest A's. As we conclude a long 3 hours that somehow ended in a run rule. But I'm Joe Compton saying good night, God bless, and